The next song is Live to Tell. I absolutely love this song. It's one of my favourite, definitely. Probably second favourite song. I really like this. I think there's a lot to say in it. This is God's tale to tell. Sometimes it gets so hard to hide it well. It feels like there's so much evidence that proves that God is on earth, a human, a female on earth, and there's so much evidence, and it's hard to hide it sometimes because it's so obvious, but people are so dumb that it's not obvious to them because they believe that God is Jesus, and that blinds them from seeing the truth, and the rest of them don't believe in God. But from my perspective, it's hard because it's so obvious. I was not ready for the fall. This is God saying that she didn't feel she really wanted to fall to this planet. She was not ready. It was going to be hard. She foresaw what was going to happen and knew that it would be a big challenge, and she wasn't ready for that. But at the same time, here I am. Time to see the writing on the wall. I think the writing on the wall is supposed to be some sort of warning about don't come, but a man can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned my lesson well. I'd love to change that just to man can tell 1,000 lies. Not a man, but men in general can just tell so many lies about God and what they believe that Jesus has told them and all stuff like that, but you just have to ignore it, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what the song is kind of saying. Hope I live to tell the secret I have learned. God is saying, I hope I live to tell the tale about the truth, the secret, which is that God is actually me, Anna B, on earth. And it's a secret that I've learned because I am this character. Till then, it will burn inside of me. I know the truth. No one I talk to believes and knows and cares. But yeah, until the time that Martin comes back to me, I'm going to have to keep this knowledge inside of me, and it's going to burn. And people all over the world are going to feel it, they're going to be inspired by it, and it's going to help create the timeline and form people in my image. But yeah, it's tough for me. I know where this could be talking about two things. It could be talking about me. God is saying that God knows where I live, you know, in Birmingham and London before. Or it could be talking about the future. I know where the future lives, what time period is going to come, and what time the world is going to be better and beautiful. It's not now, it's quite a long way in the future, but anyway. I've seen it once, I know the one she gives. I think it's saying that God knows me and knows the warmth I give when people finally learn the truth about who God is. The light that you could never see. This is talking about the light that I'm shining, which is how I'm inspiring these songs. I've inspired this song, which was done even before I was born. I think this song was done before I was born, so this is the light that it's referring to in the song. It shines inside you, can't take that from me. This light that I'm inspiring things from, it shines inside of me, and no one can take it away from me. It's just how it is. Till then, it will burn inside of me. Me, Anna B. The truth is never far behind. You kept it hidden well. The truth about who God is inside of everyone, and people will see that once they finally get to know me and see the connection that they have with me, rather than try and see the connection that they have with Jesus, some fictional guy that can heal blind people and take demons out of people and stuff. You know, how can you connect with that? I don't get it. If I live to tell the secret I knew then, will I ever have the chance again? Here I think it's saying that, you know, if I don't reveal who I am now, will I ever get the chance again? No, I probably won't. This is my only chance to tell people who I am. I hate this planet. I do not want to live again. I do not want to have another life on Earth again. And yeah, this is your chance to get to know me, and I really hope that I don't have to come back to Earth for a very, very long time, because this world has been nothing but suffering and chaos. My life has been nothing but a pain in the butt ever since I've been born, and it's a nightmare, and I don't want to do it again.
If I ran away, I'd never have the strength to go very far.
I wish I could run away, but if I did, I'd feel like, you know, finishing a jigsaw puzzle that you haven't quite completed, and so I can't run away. That's what the song's saying.
How would they hear the beating of my heart?
How would they know who I am if I run away?
Will it go cold, the secret that I hide?
Will the secret I've been preaching to people, will this go cold? Will people forget what I'm saying? I don't think so.
Will I grow? How will they hear? When will they learn? How will they know?
How will they hear what I'm saying if I don't come down as a human? This is what I've done. I want them to learn from what I've gone through, and I want them to know the truth. The next song's called Where's the Party? I think this song is referring to the time when people come back to me and the truth about me being Christ is exposed into the world.
Working on you through Friday, takes up all of my time.
Right now I've gone through a 6-year tribulation, so it kind of feels like I've been working for 6 of the 7 days a week. That's what the song's saying, you know, working non-stop and not really having a break, and it's looking forward to the time when you have a break.
If I can get to the weekend, everything will work out just fine.
I think this is saying if I can get to the time where I'm finally exposed, you know, things will work out just fine.
That's when I can go crazy. That's when I can have fun.
That's when I can have fun, yes, which I haven't had so far.
Time to be with my baby, time to come on down.
I hope to be with Martin.
Where's the party? I want to free my soul.
I want to free my soul and stop feeling trapped, like my soul is just being sucked by everyone in this planet.
Where's the party? I want to lose control.
I feel like I have a lot of control spiritually, but I don't want to have this much control, because this is the reason why people are ignoring me right now, because I'm in some sort of spiritual trap, and I have control, but part of me having this control means that I also have to be isolated so that people don't affect what it is that I'm feeling and going through. I hate it, and I wish it wasn't this long. I wish it was, you know, 1 or 2 years, 3 years. I think that's normal, but 6, 7 years, this is insane, and I'm not happy. That's why I'm so desperate to lose this control that I have.
Thought I had so much fun. I guess I'm one of the grown-ups now. I have to get the job done.
I have to get the job done of finishing this sort of the prophecies that are in the Bible.
People give me the business. I'm not living in fear. I'm just living in chaos. Gotta get away from here.
Because of how difficult and a challenge this seems.
Don't want to go all too fast. Don't want to let this system get me down.
I don't want this system of this sacrifice that I'm going through to put me down. It is, but when the party comes, I would like to try and see if I can forget about it and move on. It's going to be hard though.
I've got to find a way to make the good times last. And if you show me how, I'm ready now.
The next song, I love it too. It's called True Blue. I do have to admit though, it's all about love and, you know, finding true love. But the song is titled True Blue. Blue is where you feel sad. And so even though it's posed up as being happy and positive, I just don't buy it. I feel like it's a lie. I do believe that I've done what I've done on this planet, on other planets, created a timeline. And I do feel like a lot of the songs I've used are songs that I kind of reuse time and time again. I don't feel like I have proper true love towards Martin. I feel like it's a false spell that I'm under. But anyway, that's not what the song says, I know, but I do feel like this is just, every time you have a new baby, you have to make them feel special, you have to show them what true love is, and I feel like this does that. I just don't think it's entirely accurate when it comes to me. But the video, it's got Madonna, which is my sort of God representation, and then you have 3 characters sitting in the back seat of the car. One's white, like me, I believe that I'm one of the 3 Christs. It's got another one that's black, I believe that was Aaliyah. You know, she was me in my past life, died and rose again on the 3rd day as me. But before, I was Aaliyah. And then the first one, which was Eve, a girl who was brown haired and probably looked slightly Asian actually, I would say. But these are the three Christs on earth, and Madonna represents God. And you know, this song has that same imagery. It's only on a car with a blue screen, but you know, I feel like there's definite meaning behind the imagery of this music video, so I like it for that. I feel like it's an example of love, but it's not necessarily how I or God feels. I believe that I've done whatever I've done on this planet about 70 to 75 times before, and so yeah, I think this is God saying, you know, I've had other planets, I've had other guys, I've been to other planets, I've created other timelines, and I've had other guys. Because each time you go to a new planet, you have to basically pick out a guy, pick out a partner, and form a relationship, and you have to have kids with that person. And you know, what I'm doing now with me and Martin is the same thing that I believe I've done with other planets, hence I've had other guys.
But I never knew love before, till you walked through my door.
I think I say that each time.
I've had other lips, I've sailed 1,000 ships.
I really hope I haven't sailed 1,000 ships. Basically, Earth is like a ship, so when it says I've sailed 1,000 ships, it's saying I've sailed 1,000 Earths. I really hope it's not 1,000. I hope that's an exaggerated number. It's probably an exaggerated number. I think, like I said before, it's 70 or 75.
But no matter where I go, you're the one for me, baby, this I know. 'Cause it's true love, you're the one I'm dreaming of.
It's weird how I've had loads of strange dreams, but I probably only had about 3 dreams of Martin, which is strange. I'm thinking about him all the time, but there's only about 3 dreams that I've ever had, and in all 3 of those dreams I'm hiding from him because I'm afraid of what he might say if I actually meet him and confront him. And the fact that I've only met him 3 times kind of proves that maybe the reason why I've only met him 3 times is because technically I don't actually like him, and if I actually knew who he was I wouldn't feel this love towards him. It's because I don't know him. Maybe this is the reason why I'm able to feel such a strong love towards him, because I don't actually know him. You know, this is a possibility of what I'm thinking. But yeah, I do feel like there's something wrong with this song in the sense of why the hell is it called True Blue? Because blue is a sad feeling, it's not a happy feeling of love.
I've heard all the lines, I've cried oh so many times.
Like the word dinner, it's like in her. Cried so many times with what's happened on Earth, yes, but I also feel like there's a deeper meaning, which is that, you know, each time you go to a planet you have to have your heart broken, and this is how you create the timeline. And yeah, I think that I've done it quite a few times.
I'm so excited 'cause you're my best friend.
Yeah, you were never my best friend. I barely even know you, so there's something wrong in this song, definitely.
You should ever doubt, wonder what love is all about. Just think back and remember, dear, those words whispered in your ear. I said,
I don't know what those words are, but anyway.
no more sadness, I kiss it goodbye. The sun is bursting right out of the sky. I searched the whole world for someone like you. Don't you know, baby, true love, oh baby, true love.
I believe when I was a god, I searched the whole planet for someone that I could like and I could be with, and I'm hoping he is nice. Oh, I don't know. I just feel like it's a spell. I don't feel like it's true love.
So if you should ever doubt, wonder what love is all about.
I feel like maybe that is what the song's saying, that true love is more like a spell, something you can't quite understand. In my version, love is a spell, something you have no control over. It's a sinking feeling that you're going to die without that person.
Just think back and remember, dear, those words whispered in your ear. I said,
I still don't know what those words are. I suppose it's I love you, but I don't know.
those words whispered in your ear. I said,
Feeling that you're going to die without that person. This next song is a song that I really, really love. Back in 2007, I went on a climbing trip and I made a video.
How cool is this? I have just walked up there. Now,
I've got a secret, I cannot keep it.
because I went to Spain and this was like a Spanish lullaby, I did originally use that song.
Your Spanish lullaby.
But when I tried to upload it to YouTube, it wouldn't let me download this song because it said that it was copyrighted and I couldn't do it. So I changed it to a different song. But originally I used this song, and it's weird. I love this song so much and I've sung it so many times, but I've been singing the words all wrong. I'll tell you what my version of what I thought Madonna was saying.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro.
The words are, I dreamt of San Pedro, which is supposed to be a person, but I thought it meant some Pedro, and I thought Pedro was like a Spanish word for guy, so basically some guy.
Just like I'd never gone, I knew the song.
I thought that said, I never thought I knew this song. Now that I think about it, you know, I don't know why I thought that that was what it said, but I don't think I ever knew this song, which is strange because I thought I did know this song. It's only now that I've looked at the words that I realised I don't think I ever did know this song, but whatever.
Young girl with eyes like the desert.
I'm pretty sure that said young girl with eyes like a pheasant. And, you know, pheasants' eyes are like wide open, and so that's what I thought it was saying. It's talking about a girl with eyes wide open, but it actually says like a desert. That's not such a nice telling. Desert means loneliness and isolation, and yeah, I unfortunately connect with that because I feel lonely and isolated right now. I do, yeah. So I feel like the song's talking about me, but I still think it should be pheasant because eyes wide open is much better than a desert.
It all seems like yesterday, not far away. Tropical, the island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita.
I thought this said, it all seems like yesterday, not far away. Tropical, the island rains, all of nature were afraid. This is where I long to be, lucky star for me to... But it doesn't, it says something completely different, something about tropical island breeze, all of nature wild and free, this is where I long to be, and then something in Spanish. I don't really get that because I don't really want nature to necessarily be wild and free, because I feel like if it is wild and free then it's out there to do what it wants, and nature when wild and free, well, it starts killing each other. And so yeah, I don't necessarily agree with the words that Madonna sings on this, but I love my telling of the words that I thought she was saying. You know, my telling of that was that tropical the island rains. I didn't know the truth about my past life, but I believed that I was some sort of explorer or something, someone that just wanted to go to the middle of a tropical desert and then just kind of live completely wild.
It's just a whisper of a distant memory, just a dream, so it seems. Take me back to the place I'd rather be. I'll find my way, so take me back to my sweet La Vida.
All of nature were afraid, this is where I long to be. It made me feel like something inside of me recognized something that I've experienced in a past life. And then in 2013 I started believing that it was even my past life, and suddenly this kind of made sense. You know, all of nature were afraid because I lived in a world full of animals and everyone was afraid of each other. Why? Because animals eat each other and that's just how it was. But at the same time, I longed to be in that position, even though it sounds so strange, you know, in a world where there's so many people. But I love the thought of just being isolated on a planet and being like the only girl in the world, and there's something that I really loved about that feeling, and I thought that that's what she was saying, but it's not. It's wild and free. But yeah, and then lucky star for me, that's what I thought she was saying. And now that I've analysed Madonna's first album, you know, Lucky Star was one of the first songs that she did, and
You must be my lucky star, 'cause you shine on me wherever you are.
you know, I said that Lucky Star is kind of like me, God in spirit, kind of thinking, oh wow, I found a nice star, that's going to be my lucky planet and I'm going to make it all better and stuff. And so yeah, lucky star for me to... I don't know, I never really looked at the words, I thought that's what she was saying, but I prefer my translation of what I thought she was saying. And then the next bit goes,
And when the sun would rain, the sun would set so high, ring through my ears and sting my eyes, your Spanish lullaby.
and when the sun wind plays, the sun wind sets so high, ring through my ears and sting my eyes, your Spanish lullaby. I don't know why I like that, but I feel like you can get involved in the music and you can feel the music kind of flow in and out you, and yeah, it might sting your eyes and cause you grief if you actually think about some of the words, but you know, like the thinking of when all of nature were afraid, you know, like, it kind of stings my eyes a bit when I think about that, because I feel like it touches on a memory that I felt and believed and had lived through and stuff. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's just my interpretation. This is just things that I want to say about this song particularly.
I prayed that the days would last, they went so fast. Tropical, the island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be. I want to be where the sun warms the sky.
I also love hot countries, so I'd love to be in a hot country, definitely. That would be amazing, to live in America or somewhere like that. If I can't go to America, then Tenerife would be a nice place.
When it's time for siesta,
It says siesta. I don't know what siesta, a fiesta. Is it a fiesta like a festival? I don't know. I thought it was saying fiesta, which again I thought meant festival, but whatever. I think this is talking about when Christ is finally accepted and there's a big party. You know, I long for the time where a big fiesta comes, big happy time, and then people can get together and get to know me.
beautiful faces, no cares in this world. Where a girl loves a boy and a boy loves a girl.
The day when Martin comes back and tells me that he actually does love me, that would be something that would be nice. The next song is called Jimmy Jimmy. I think a lot of the stuff in it is talking about Martin.
Say you're gonna be the king of Las Vegas. Jimmy, Jimmy, oh Jimmy, Jimmy, you're just a boy that comes from bad places.
I believe that he was my son a long time ago, and I think he's had many lives, but yeah, I do think that he's been in bad places. Why? Because he's been in Earth, and there's been a lot of bad times in Earth. I also think he was John the Divine, the one that wrote Revelation, and that guy spent the majority of his time on Patmos, a prison island, e.g. a very bad place, and yeah, he didn't have a good life either.
Oh, why do fools fall in love with fools like you?
You know, I'm probably a 1,000,000 or 2-year-old god, so why have I fallen for Martin? I don't know.
Why did you go and crash up your new car? Jimmy, Jimmy, oh Jimmy, Jimmy, is it because it didn't take you too far?
I have no idea if he's ever had a car crash. But maybe there's things in this song that's inaccurate. I don't really know.
Why do you always have such a sad face?
Well, I hope he's kind of sad about what he's doing to me. Yes, it's not fun.
Is it because you wanna get out of this place?
Maybe the song's saying he hasn't gone as far as he wants to go, but with me, he can go further. Why? Because I'm God.
Too much to pull this down. There's not much here that's gonna hold you down. You got a lot of style to take you far. Take you further than my backyard.
I believe I'm God. Earth is kind of like my backyard, and maybe it's suggesting that me and Martin are going to live in a sort of heavenly realm after we've finished here. I don't really know. It would be nice to believe that, you know, something good has come out of this other than just to help the planet. But it's been 6 years. How can I forgive a guy that's been ignoring me for 6 years? I don't know.
This old town ain't never gonna be the same.
I think the world will be very different when they start seeing me as God, yes.
I really love you, I just couldn't tell you so.
When I met him in March 2013, I didn't tell him I loved him, no. I kind of felt it, but I didn't want to scare him off. The next song I'm going to talk about is Love Makes the World Go Round. I just think this is a really good song full of good advice, and it talks about important issues such as feeding the homeless and helping people that are, you know, less privileged than you are. I don't need to really talk about it because I think the words in the song just speak for themselves.
Make love, not what we say. It's easy to recite, but it don't mean a damn unless we're gonna fight. But not with guns and knives. We've got to save the lives of every boy and girl that grows up in this world. There's hunger everywhere. We've got to take a stand. Reach out for someone's hand. Love makes the world go round.
Having a huge amount of money isn't going to make you happy, but sharing your money with the people that need it most, you know, that will make you happy.
It's easy to forget if you don't hear the sound of painted presidents. Love makes the world go
by giving you this message, maybe you'd be more inclined to go and actually help people.
They think that love's a lie, but we can teach them how to try.
I think a lot of people don't believe in love, but I didn't really believe in love, to be honest. Before I met Martin, I didn't believe in love. That's why I had no idea that songs were about me, because the majority of songs are about love, and until I met Martin I never felt it. It was only when I met Martin did I start feeling it, and then it was like, wow, there's something very not right with me, because this is not normal.
Get a pen and paper, write down our name. You will realize our aim is the same. We all have that dream to make it to the top.
I also think that no matter how much money you have or don't have, love can kind of heal anything, you know. Even if all you have is the clothes on your back, you know, you still have the ability to love, and if you can do that, then you don't necessarily need money. You need money for food, yes, you need money for basics and stuff, but you don't need that much money to eat, you know. You can live off rice and basic food, you know. I basically just eat pasta and spaghetti bolognese. I only eat once a day as well. If you eat more than once a day, you kind of get fat, so technically, you know, if you only can afford one meal a day, that's actually probably better for you, because at least you get to stay skinny and stuff. So yeah, you don't need that much money, but whether you're rich or poor, love is something that can make your life feel happy and fulfilled, and if you can learn to tap into that, then that's not all you need, but it's almost all you need, you know.
Love means to understand. Reach out for someone's hand.
Love means to just care about other people's feelings and other people's needs. Think about the hurts that you might be causing someone if you say something that's against them, or just think about other people's opinions and not just your own. Love isn't always just the partner, it's also about just being a bit more respectful towards other people. And yeah, the song is saying you've got to hear the sound of love, and I do feel like it's coming from me. The ability to love, you know, that's why humans are different to animals, I think, because of the sacrifice that I'm going through, and it's something that I need to remind myself of when I'm going through this suffering, that it's not just about me, it's about everyone in this world, and there are billions and billions of souls that I need to think about, even if it means going through night and day suffering.
'Cause everything you do comes back in time to you.
I think there is a saying, you get what you give, so if you give out love and friendship and positive energies, you know, these positive energies will come back at you, and you know, if you try to see the best in people, people will try and see the best in you, and you'll be happier if that's what's happening in your life, rather than just focusing on negatives. You know, there's a few YouTubers that are just awful, they're just constantly just looking at people's negatives, and they just don't realise that by them looking at other people's negatives, all they're going to be doing subconsciously is also thinking about the negatives that's inside of themselves, and they're just driving themselves insane. Don't be like that.
We have to change our fate before it gets too late.
Got to change the way you think and see things before it's too late. That is, before you die. You know, if you can be a positive person throughout most of your life, then I feel like in your next life you'll get more opportunities, and you'll get better parents. You'll get parents that are also more positive, and they'll give you a more positive upbringing and stuff. And
Don't judge a man till you've been standing in his shoes.
I hate my mum and dad, you know, I really do. And there's a lot of people that might say that I'm a bad person because I feel this way towards my parents, but in reality it's like, you don't know what it's like to be brought up with my parents, so you can't say that I'm a bad person for hating my parents. You know, you have to have bad parents for you to realise how horrible it is to have bad parents, you know, that don't look after you, or we don't connect on any level. And if you have a parent that you connect with on 0 level, you know, you'll know how hard and horrible it is to be in that position. So you can't really judge me for my opinions when you don't know what it's like to grow up with my background.
You know that we're all so quick to look away, 'cause it's the easy thing to do. You know that what I say is true.
A lot of people like to look away at other people's difficulties, and they don't realise that it's might be the easiest thing to do, but you're not going to learn anything if you do that. Okay.
There's thunder everywhere. We've got to